Well, John, from training camp to the end of the season, this team faced so much adversity. What impressed you the most about how this team handled that adversity?
You know, I think the fact that they stayed after, they played hard the whole year. I think we got behind the 8 ball early. When you lose those first 4, we dug ourselves a hole, and so I think it made it that much more emotionally draining because we're trying to dig out of that hole the whole year. So. But I think the pleasing thing was to be able to finish 4-1 as we did, get some big wins on the road in Houston, and then, to finish strong at home. Obviously, yesterday's game it finished the way we wanted it to, but it shouldn't have got to that point. But I think that, everyone feels excited about the direction that it's going, and to be able to finish 4-1 on a high note was very good.
You've said it before that when looking for a franchise quarterback, 50% of it has to do with what you see on film, and the other 50% has to do with the personality of the guy. Can he handle the pressure of being an NFL starting quarterback? Do you think Drew Lock has what it takes?
I think that he proved that obviously when he went in, he wasn't in a pressure situation going in. Obviously the pressure was everybody wanted to see him play and how he was going to do. So I think he handled that very well. Obviously we weren't in a playoff run, so pressure of that was not there, but I think we couldn't been more pleased the way that Drew played the last 5 weeks. I think that, to win 4 out of those 5, see what he could do, handle situations that, Kansas City was a tough situation, but he handled that very well. Go down to Houston, his first road win, road game, and go down and play as well as he played down there. So there's so many encouraging things of what we saw in Drew in the first, last 5 weeks that he got to play. Now, obviously, as we said, 50% is that you see it on tape. The other 50% is how do you handle the position, everything that goes along with it. And I think that, even though I have confidence he's going to handle that very well, he's still going to have to go through that because next year there's going to be high expectations coming in on him. And so we think that, he'll be able to handle that. Again, people are putting him on that pedestal, and it's a matter of they're going to try to knock him off that pedestal, and how he handles that is, yet to be seen. Even though I have confidence that he'll handle it well. But that's the part where you see, okay, how do you bounce back from a poor performance? Or when you get in pressure situations, playoff run, and those type of things, how do you handle that? All those things that I have confidence it'll handle well, but until he goes through it, nobody really knows.
Well, he was just one of 6 of your 2019 draft picks. I know you're going to take the next month to evaluate players, but if you were to put a grade on your 2019 draft class, what would it be?
You know what? They've all played very well. They all played a lot. Reisner, left guard, played the whole year. Is a tough guy that is going to be a great player in this league for a long time. Noah had a good year, came in. Saw the potential that he has. He's still got a long way to go in his blocking and those type of things, but we saw the speed and his ability to get open as a pass catcher. Draymond Jones came in, played very well for us too. So, talk about those top 4 guys, they all played very well, and we think that, they'll continue to do that.
Defensively, this team improved in every statistical category, ended the season as the #1 ranked red zone defense. Who or what surprised you most about this Denver defense this year?
Well, I think we had some unsung heroes. We got banged up a little bit. We lost Derek Wolfe, but Mike Purcell came in at nose, played very, very well for us, was tremendous against the run. A.J. Johnson, inside linebacker, came in and played very, very well. Duke Dawson, even though he didn't play a lot late, came in and helped us at the nickel. And so, we had guys that stepped in and played very well. I think a lot of the credit goes to Vic because of the system that he runs and what he does, and him as a coordinator, that's his strong point. And I think, the encouraging thing too was it transitioned from the box, because he used to be in the box and calling plays up there, down to the sideline, managing the game and still being able to, call the defenses and have his defenses be as successful as they've been in the past. And that was all, it's all a credit to Vic. And so, as well as the defensive coaching staff that, the system that we do run. So I anticipate the players will just continue to get better once they get more familiar with it. They got a year under their belt with Vic. And so coming into, next year in the off season and that they will continue to grow and even make us better on the defensive side.
Well, speaking of the defense, there's no doubt that we may have just witnessed Chris Harris Jr. play his final game as a Denver Bronco. If it was, what would you say his greatest impact was on this team?
Well, if you look at Chris and, coming in as a college free agent and, his competitiveness and his drive and the drive to be great. And that's what made Chris. He's had a tremendous career up to this point in time. Again, we'd love to have Chris back, but we'll have to see how things work out. We're going to go through, evaluate our team and look at our budget, see where we are But ultimately, for the most part, it's up to the player. And we think that we got to do what's best for the Denver Broncos where it fits, with the Broncos. But I think that ultimately it comes down to, if the players want to be here and we can come to a deal with them money-wise, then they'll be here as long as that fits where we think we need to go.
Who are some other guys that you really want to get a deal done with?
Justin Simmons has been here for 4 years. He had a great year, and so safeties are important in this system, in Vic's system, and so he's very bright, smart, plays smart, continues only his 4th year, going to continue to get better. And not only Justin as a football player, but as a man. I think we take 53 of Justin Simmons as what he's done in this community and the man that he is. Those are the type of people that we want to be Broncos. Derek Wolf's been here a long time. That his contract's up. Adam Gotsis, had surgery. So we've got some key guys. Connor McGovern on the offensive side. Parks, is another guy that's been a big contributor. So we've got some key guys that hopefully we can get them back in the fold. But we'll have to see how that all takes shape and bring them back, but also add some quality guys in free agency.
I feel like the draft is going to be here before we even know it. What are your goals? What positions would you like to bolster through the draft this year?
I think that, the good thing is, Alexis, we have a lot of picks, right? So we've got 7 in the first 4 rounds. And so that's the big help. We'll see what comp picks we get. We think we're going to get 2 or 3 there. So, we could have, 10, 11, 12 picks. So that's always exciting going into the draft when you have those kind of picks. So, but again, we'll go through that process. We'll take a break, then we'll start into free agency, see where free agency goes, and then obviously where we add in free agency or where we can add in free agency or the guys that we re-sign back, dictates a little bit which direction we're going to go in the draft. So that's all up in the air. But we know there's a lot of good football players in the draft, and we think that they're going to make us better.
Right now, you have the 3rd youngest team in the entire league. What is it about this particular group of guys that makes you already excited for week 1 of 2020?
Well, I think you look at the type of people they are with Drew, and they all get along very, very well. And the thing is, no one talks about Bradley Chubb. He's one of the best players we have on the defensive side. That we'll be getting him back. Excited to have him back. His leadership qualities back, and so. The thing I'm really, like you said, we're the 3rd youngest team, and our core is very, very young. And so, and I'm really excited about the core guys that we have, the Reisners, again, the Cortland Suttons, who had another tremendous year, Noah Fant, and the guys that we were talking about. That core is very, very young, and so we just want to continue to build on that. And ultimately, as I was talking to Justin, I said it's their team, and you guys are the ones that make it happen. And my job is to get you the best coaches I possibly can and add that. But ultimately, you guys are going to determine how this team goes. But that core that we have is good, young, bright, solid football players that are also good men.
Well, John, we're looking forward to it. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Alexis.